Hello, everybody, and welcome to the OCRP iRacing League at Las Vegas. The Lady Luck, they call it, is a Lady Luck 100 here tonight. Waiting for Mr. Civ Ryan, CR Civ Ryan, to get here tonight. But right now, here we are and ready to get this thing underway. Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the Lady Luck 100, driven by Thrustmaster. Welcome, everyone. We are less than 5 minutes away before qualifying. Remember how the qualifying sessions go down. We've got 10 minutes total. 5 minutes go into the qualifying session. The next 5 are the drivers' meeting. So that's what we're waiting on, waiting for CR to get here. I'm sure he'll be here soon. He said he's getting himself. So here he is right here. Here's the man of the hour. What's going on, Ryan? How you doing tonight?
Oh, doing well. How are you?
Oh, doing well. Ready for Lady Luck 100, driven by Thrustmasters. What we just said. Yeah, definitely ready to go.
Luck 100?
Yeah, I changed your name tonight. I called you Civ CR in quotation marks, Ryan, because you know, like, hey, CR, got a copy?
Hey, CR up in
the booth. Got a copy? I'm ready to get this thing going, man. Las Vegas. This is what it's all about. We saw the race last week, not the best of a driver's ability as we look at Mr. Zach Houseneck there on pit road, but looking over here, oh, Scott Markman on there as well. Look at Mr. Surman. Mr. Surman here is back on the track again tonight. You know him as Damn It Dave. He's going to try to get it done, see what he can do tonight, but we're looking for people who are actually on the track. That's what I want to know. We got Ryan Steinhoff out there as well. So what do you expect out of Las Vegas tonight, Ryan?
Hopefully something better than last week. That's for sure, Jeff. 'Cause like you said, yeah, last week was, that was not good. If you stuck around for the race last week, God bless your soul, because that was bad. So you know what? We can only go up from there. So it should, hopefully, we'll have a good race.
Watching Mr. Steinhoff get around the track right now. Highest 23rd, lowest 30th right now is in the actual practice. And we've talked about guys that are out here tonight getting it done, and we've talked about, hey, what paints look good and which ones look bad. And I've got to say, I think Ryan Steinhoff has the worst looking car of the league. What do you say?
Absolutely. And also he is,
we mean it with love, Ryan, but I mean
he's second tier Ryan too. He keeps saying that he's number one Ryan in OCRP, and I completely disagree with that. So I also disagree with his paint and his overall life choices in general. So really, Ryan, just get it together. And I'm not speaking to myself at this point. A little bit, maybe.
Look at Ryan Webb getting around the track right now. Got a little bit of damage to the right-hand side of the car. Remember, this is just practice. These guys are pushing these cars to the max, and they're not, trying to get anything done here. So don't expect anything great here in practice. Now, we want to talk about Las Vegas and what this package on the car has to offer, and that is, in my opinion, going to be a great race, because I watched these guys in practice. They had one on Monday. They had one last night because they had the new version of the car come out. We're not afraid to talk about iRacing and what it is. Virtual cars, so they have updates happen to them. And a lot of these drivers were kind of worried about what would happen on Wednesday, what would change in the car. And apparently, according to a lot of the drivers, not a lot changed, which is actually a good thing because it doesn't put any of that practice time to waste. So what can we expect out of Las Vegas? Well, it's going to be kind of a mini Daytona. Draft really, really matters here tonight, and we're going to see drivers that are going to utilize this, but I have a feeling we're in for one hell of a show tonight.
I hope so. I really hope so. I think this will be a little easier track than the Rock than last week. And yeah, that's good. And I hope these guys practice, because now what you're saying, what I hear, Jeff, is when you say they have 3 practices. As I hear, there's no excuse for not practicing.
There isn't. So, and we talked about that after Rockingham. We're part of, the group of people that are here racing tonight. And when we talk to them, we're like, hey, go practice, go try. And I think a lot of these guys actually did that. They showed up on the practice on Monday and last night. And here's the driver here, Anthony DeFrenchi, that you know and love here from the actual streams that we perform here. And he's out here on the track trying to get it done. Now, Anthony DeFrenchi is one of those drivers that has been there on Monday, has been there on Wednesday. He puts in the time to try to make it work. And look at him right there, getting all the way down on that white line. What a beautiful line around Las Vegas right now. But That's what matters. And we saw a lot of guys that just didn't put enough effort and time into the practice of rock, but we can't give it that much because guess what? The rock is difficult.
Yeah, the rock was difficult. Like I said, still no excuse, but yeah. Hopefully Las Vegas is better. You know, as Elvis Presley famously said, I'm really drunk on this toilet, but he also said Viva Las Vegas. And that means this is Las Vegas. What is that? Let's go Vegas. What is Viva? Live in Vegas?
Live in Vegas? Well, that was the end
Vegas?
of practice there. We're moving into the qualifying time. Now, my drink of choice tonight, what's yours? You having drinks tonight? Well, you better be.
I'm having I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I just woke up from a nap.
Oh, come on!
So I have a little coffee to get a little.
You always tell me like,
here.
hey, whenever you're drinking, I know I'm gonna have a good time in the booth. And I mean, my drink of choice has been Mick Ultra today, but I had some Kona Big Wave earlier, which got me jazzed. And I'll tell you this: we're just commentators, and we're here to hang out and watch this race with you guys. But I'm actually really excited for tonight's race.
I hope it's a good show. I think it'll be fun. I'm gonna Jeff. I got some Mick Ultras and I got some Canadian Caesars.
Okay.
Here as well. So
we'll wake up.
Nothing goes better than after coffee than a nice cold Clamato Caesar. So that won't really
just
make
dump
me
that
upset.
into your coffee. Dump that beer or that alcoholic beverage right into your coffee. I mean, not alcoholic beverage, of course. When we talk about Mick Ultra, we're just talking about being ultra, being the best version of ourselves.
I got a free. And speaking of Mick Ultra, I got a free shirt from Mick Ultra because I bought a 24 pack.
Okay.
And I redeemed it online, but it's like an athletic, exercise shirt, and my fat ass don't fit in that thing. So I might do a giveaway on it. It was really expensive, so yeah, I might do it. We're not sponsored by Mick Ultra.
No, we are not sponsored by Mick Ultra. We should be. Watching Stephen Thompson. Watching Stephen Thompson get around the track right here, and I gotta say, I really like this scheme. He's got that 95 yellow and blue and white machine, and he's got the, why am I saying machine? I don't want to say machine. I don't want to be MRN where they say machine. It's not a machine. This is a virtual car getting around the track right now.
This is a great looking machine.
But it's a good looking car. It is a car, so I'll call it a car. So
that's a nice.
That's what I have
car.
to say.
I don't like the wheels. I think the wheels look a little butt ugly, personally. But
I disagree because there's a lot of cars. You know me. I don't like, me. No, I don't like a lot of.
I don't feel like I don't know you.
I don't like a lot of painted cars. I don't. Painted wheels. I don't like that. I like the black wheel on it.
Yeah.
Right now we're in qualifying, by the way, folks. Remember, it's going to be 5 minutes of qualifying, 5 minutes of driver's meeting, and then we get back to action here and get underway. And he will complete his lap right there. Not sure what's going on. We're not going to screw it with our... Well, let's go ahead and just throw that ticker up on the left-hand side. See who's got the fastest time so far. Look at this. I'm seeing Rucci on top of the board.
I also see Rucci on top of your board because I don't have I'm not in the game yet.
Okay.
So it looks like he's the fastest.
Well, that was last week's winner. Rucci got it done at Rockingham, which is a very difficult race. Afterwards, a lot of drivers not too pleased with their performance and with the way that race went down. Now, what can we expect out of Las Vegas? I think we're going to see a little bit more give and take rather than the Rock. The Rock's a lot more close together, tight racing, and it was only the second race of the season. Now, we move on from that race. Everybody said after last race, let's forget about it. They call it the race that doesn't have a name. Basically, a race that should not be named in the Harry Potter world. And
let's call this week 2. We'll just
this is week 2.
This welcome to week 2.
It never happened. Now we're moving on to week 3. But some familiar faces up front. We got Rucci Macedo. Remember, Macedo came up there at the end at the Rock and tried to get it done. Couldn't get it done. But wow, what an incredible finish that was. If you haven't checked that out, you can indeed here on twitch.tv/jfavignano, or you go over to Favignano Live as well. And Ryan, you haven't been uploading these to your channel. What are you doing?
Well, I was a little late getting it, and I was like, I'll get the next one. I'll get the next.
Well, you know what? Maybe it was for a good reason. Las Vegas is gonna be a little bit better race than we saw last week. But looking at the standings here, look at Steinhoff. He's running P3 right now, and here's somebody that we would expect to see doing better, and that is Brandon Buggs there in P4, Sargent in 5th, and 6th. Look at that, Brandon Osborne coming out. He couldn't make the last race, but he'll be here tonight, and I think we're going to see him up front.
Yeah, he's usually one that's in the top 3 mix most of the time, so that's not a surprise there. Now, where is Wes the Mess Graham in the mix? Because he's the other driver that's usually.
That's a good question, and we don't. These are not official for starting grid. We'll do the starting grid when it happens. I don't even know if Wes is even unloaded yet. I'm sure he has. He put a lot of laps in last night, and watching everybody on the track last night in practice, I'm telling you what, man, it's going to be a mini Daytona. These guys are going to be running wide open all the way around, and I know a lot of NASCAR fans and a lot of fans of the sport are not, even e-sport like this, are not going to be fans of no lift time. But here comes the difference. You're running wide open all the way around this track. Now you have to start lifting so you don't run in front of the guy, run into the guy in front of you. And then you have to worry about the guy behind you running into you.
9mm always loaded and I never lift. That's my saying. I never lift. You just plow your way to the front. But yeah. So hopefully these guys actually have some respect for each other and actually lift, so we don't have just a shit show out there.
Yeah, I don't think we will. And looking at the weather right now, we've got winds just, again, north out of 1 mile per hour. I don't know if that's just like a normal like iRacing thing where they just say, hey, if you just put this on normal weather, it's just only 1 mile per hour on the north. Who cares? But 78 degrees out there for the virtual fans, the virtual people in the stands over there that we don't care about. But the track temperature, 104 degrees. That's a little cooler than I was expecting. I expect about 118 or so here in Las Vegas. But 104 is a cooler track temperature, and that means more grip. So I think we have something to look forward to as far as grip goes tonight, and that's going to mean something because a lot of those guys last week were afraid to put that car on the limits because it was a hot, slippery track. They had so much on and off throttle time. I think Las Vegas is going to be more or less what we have seen in Daytona, so we might see a lot of guys up there in front that we've never seen before.
Hot and slippery, and in iRacing is not a good thing. We like cold and grippy. So glad we got a colder track. Hopefully we get some grip.
Well, we're getting things underway here shortly, finding out who was there. And I think that the number one dude is going to be Rucci. We're going to go to Matt Rucci here as we are waiting for things to kick off. 52 minutes, don't need it anymore. We're going to go ahead and change things over from session timer to lap counter because we have 100 laps around Las Vegas. Again, this is the Lady Luck 100 driven by Thrustmaster here at Las Vegas. And I don't know, man. It's going to be, I think it's going to be anybody's race. Anybody that's back there in P9, P10, they really have a shot at this.
And if you're the betting sort of folk, we're at Vegas, so place your bets. Who do you think is going to win this race? Put your bets in the chat. Get the chat going. Who do you think is going to take the top position at the Lady Luck 100, presented to you by our good friends at Thrustmaster?
Absolutely.
Is it Thrustmaster?
It is Thrustmaster, yeah.
Okay.
And P4 right now, Brandon Buggs, you see right there on the left-hand side, the NLO car, that's the Next Level Racing Ford Mustang. The 81 changed his entire scheme, and we were fine with it because we had told him, guess what? The Galaxy Black 81, we couldn't really see it in the broadcast very well. We didn't really know it was his black car back there. He had a lot of decision to make, and that was, hey, early on in the race, can I change, or early on in the season, can I change my scheme? And we were kind of like, hey, you know, don't do that to us, man. And we were like, all right, yeah, do it. So that blue and yellow car is new to you, but you definitely know the driver behind that wheel, and you would expect him up front as Mr. Brandon Buggs, but look at Steinhoff going to be starting there. I'm going to try to get through this as fast as I can. The starting grid, I'm really terrible at it. Matt Rucci, Dylan Macedo, we got Ryan Steinhoff, Brandon Buggs there in row 2 there. Nick Sargent, Brandon Osborne starting out there. And then Kyle Cleveland, Ben Tuttle, Javier Rodriguez, Chris Essery, Jason Lance, Robert Webb, Andrew Ewing, Wes Graham, Stephen Robert Keller. Then we got David Allen and Christopher Hull, Leonard Fodoraro and Zach Hausnecht, and then Joel Brown and James Hilton, Jeffrey Spells, Logan Pugh. Then we got Charles Gray, Aaron Beaver, Scott Barkman, Isaiah Stevens, I'm trying to get through them as fast as I can. David Sermon and Tony Wilson, Clint Spells, Anthony DeFrenchi, Alexander Reno, Gage Bookman, then Stephen Thompson, Zachary Guzman, Brian Potter, and there you go. We finished the starting grid. I can't believe it. I did it. And we're getting ready to go green. Ryan, you got it. Get the call.
I got the go.
Green
flag.
flag.
We're going green. Here we go. We're racing in Vegas. Let's go Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. They're going racing. Oh my God. They're so far so good.
All Elvis memes. I said all Elvis memes can be presented tonight. We're in Vegas.
What memes? I didn't hear you.
Elvis.
Oh, Elvis. That's right.
Elvis. Yes. A lot of side-by-side action, a lot of guys giving each other some room here, but looking up front, Matt Rucci's got his hands full as Brandon Buggs right there on the back.
Looks like they're going single file here a little bit in the front, top 5 going single file, but we're still 2x2 all the way back.
And we're still green, and that is good for us. That's what we want to see. A lot of these guys, we're talking about these drivers that are going to be holding this throttle completely wide open in draft matters, and all the way in the back everybody's trying to shuffle it out.
Well, we actually got a full lap in, I think. Did we get one lap in, Jeff?
Yeah, that was one lap. We're completing lap 2 here on lap 3 right now, believe it or not. Watching the 80 of Big Beef Ford Mustang trying to make his way up there to the 48 of Nick Sargent right now. He's got his hands full. Kyle Cleveland right there on the back.
Wow. They actually did it. Let's go. What a 1,000% improvement from last week. But
absolutely.
Single file right now, Jeff. We got ourselves a nice long train.
I'm watching Benetti right now trying to hold off the 67 of getting that run now. We're watching Masita right there. Started out, kind of shaky there, but there he is right there trying to hold on to that position as he's not going to side draft to 54. They're being very easy on these opening laps at Vegas, and that's what it takes, because if you're down there getting aggressive and you're trying to make moves and side drafting, we've seen nothing but bad things happen from that. So a lot of guys being early on, or being patient early on, but look at Zach Hausnick right here. Right all the way down to the bottom. He's running P20 right now, making his way forward. And that's a good start for him.
Yeah, he's hanging in there. How's David doing? How's David Sermon doing? I haven't seen him out there. Is he still making his way around?
I do not see Sermon on the track yet. He's showing one lap down. I don't think he's made it out on the track yet, so I don't know. Hopefully his girlfriend isn't locked out of the house again.
Hopefully she's inside. I think I see her in chat, so I think she's okay.
Okay, she's home good. Safe. Okay.
Okay, thank God. God bless.
Look at the back bumper of Rucci, and that's Brandon Buggs right there being patient right now. And I think that's going to be the big takeaway of today's race. Be patient. Wait for those moves to come. You're going to need help to make those passes here. So right now, why not just kind of lay back and just enjoy the show? And I think that's what a lot of these drivers are doing.
Sorry, who's that? Is that in second place?
That's Brandon Buggs, P2 right now. Yep.
I don't see a car because he knew the rules. He knew he wasn't supposed to change liveries, and I told him we're not going to acknowledge him on the broadcast if he changes his car livery. So right now, Steinhoff running second place. Bugs making it hard on everybody. We don't recognize that car. Actually, I'm joking. That car looks good. Looks real good.
Yeah, I do like the look of that one for sure. I'm looking all the way back in the back, and Aaron Ewing back here trying to make that run. Nope, that's going to be Ben Tuttle going to be taking that position away. Right.
Jeff, I'm watching Javier Rodriguez in the 20 car, and he's losing about a position every friggin' second here because he went to the outside and he's dropping like a rock. So,
I don't think our information is correct there, so don't worry about that. He did not start 8th, and he's not, his highest isn't 8th or lowest 26th, but did Ben Tuttle start 8th? No, I don't believe he did. I think Ben Tuttle's just trying to hold on. He started 8th?
I'm pretty sure.
Wow, dude, that is 100% reminiscent of what we've seen at Daytona.
Yeah.
Draft. Oh, and here comes the 81 trying to make a move on Rucci. Rucci puts the block on him. It's not going to be enough. I don't see any side-by-side racing. Everybody's kind of a train right now. Here comes the 81 of Brandon Buggs.
Look at that push. Nice push on Rucci. And he pushes him to the outside. I don't think he meant to push him to the outside, and that is going to be devastating for Rucci. He's going to fall all the way back. He's going all the way back. No one's letting him in. He's like an old lady trying to merge on the highway. Turn the blinker on, Rucci, and speed up because no one's letting your ass in.
Matt Rucci in big trouble right here. Here comes Robert Keller, your winner of Daytona, making his way to the inside following the 2. And I don't know, man. It's a matter of, wow, you see how fast you can be leading the race and how fast you can fall all the way back to 10th. Wow, man.
Yeah, wrecked
Wasn't
Rucci.
expecting that. Look at this side-by-side action. We got Allen here in the 54 there of Pugh, battling it out for that position. That's fighting for 12th. That's the only battle I see.
So I'm watching Rucci. He's not happy about that. He just went down into the apron, trying to pass the car ahead of him there, which is Ben, I don't even know. But that was not a good move. He almost pushed him to the outside, but luckily that man held
And I think
position.
that's a caution right there.
Oh,
Caution flies, not sure what happened there. Somebody in the back, perhaps, maybe a spin. I'm trying to find out who that was. I don't see anybody.
Not a fan of that move.
Not a competition caution. I don't see anybody crashed out here. It's one of those things where I'm not sure who wrecked it out.
I don't know what happened there.
No one does. We're looking out front here and not seeing a whole lot of anything.
I'm seeing David Sermon with some damage.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, there's the 40 car right there. We're going to back this one up, folks, and find out what happened to that 40 car with all that damage in the back of the car.
I don't even see him on the track.
No, I think he came out on the track and something happened, but iRacing's not letting us see that. So I'm sorry about that. Not sure what's going on with him. Sermon started 29th. I mean, I told you he rolled off of pit road. He didn't even make the start of the race. Hard to say.
All of a sudden, I'm trying to rewind. I just see him appear with a really damaged car. I don't see any record of him being in the race. Is he in an alternate dimension, Jeff? I think he's on a different server, and then he just popped in.
He might be. I'm really not sure. That was an interesting one. It's one of those things we saw at the last race where it was a phantom caution. We don't even know what happened. I think it was at Daytona that happened. No, I think it was at the Rock it happened. We were like, no, the Rock, we knew we were getting cautions. We knew where those were coming from. Yeah. But here, a little bit different. But right now, up front is Brandon Buggs and Steinhoff in second, Sargent third. Look at Brandon Osborne slowly climbing his way up. You want to talk about a driver that knows what they're doing when it comes to not plate racing. Not even, we can't even call it that. Not even tapered spacer racing. But when it comes to draft racing, this guy knows how to get it done, Osborne. So don't count him out. He's taking his time. He got 100 laps around this place, and I think he's doing a good job so far.
Oh, yeah, anyone in the top 5 is just chilling. Everyone's just chilling, hanging out, like getting single file. Don't do anything crazy. I don't think, like I said, I don't think Rucci's going to be very happy with getting pushed to the outside there by Buggs. I don't think he meant to push him, but who knows what happened. I didn't see the exact replay, but for some reason, Rucci got pushed to the outside and fell back 10 positions. And then I was watching him, Jeff. Like I said, he was not happy about that. He tried to go to the apron and push the guy in front of him out to the outside.
It could be a matter of just, patience early on, just not taking time enough, and maybe he felt that was the case. But we're gonna have a quick yellow here, and we have the pace car already with the lights off. They're gonna be stacking up 2 by 2. We're gonna go back racing next time by. Now Steinhoff has a option to get around the 81 of this restart if he can get it done, but he's got a lot of help behind him, and that is the 80 Beef Mustang of Osborne. The Big Beef Mustang. Oh yeah. I'm excited to see this.
Nick Sargent behind him, though. Also, Nick Sargent just looking like the happiest guy in this driver photo. I love those driver photos, Jeff. That is the coolest thing.
And Nick Sargent is a well-known person, actually. It's Night Shift Nick is his name.
He's a sergeant, so, he's got rank.
Yeah, he's got rank on everybody.
He's got rank.
But we're going to watch that next level race in Ford Mustang, see if we can get up and running here, because we've only got a couple more. Not even that. We're already exiting 4 here, so get ready to go back racing here. But look at the 48 of Nick Sargent that we were talking about. Looking good here and strong, but he's got help from Cleveland behind him. And look at West the Mess starting back there in P6.
Hey,
waiting for it.
West.
Green flag back in the air. We're going racing. Nope, now we are back in Las Vegas. Oh, yeah.
The number 2 with a terrible start there. That's Chris Esri. I don't know what happened, but he caused the accordion effect going all the way back in the field.
Yeah, that was not a good start for the bottom lane, but the outside couldn't get going either. Look at Brandon Osborne having problems trying to get back up to speed, but now he's going to grab that draft of Steinhoff and try to get back up there. He's going to drop right down in front of Sargent.
Oh man, West really needs a friend on that top line right now because he is falling back. You can see it on your screen, Jeff. He is falling back quickly. He's going to be sitting in about P8. Nobody going out there to help him. And he was up front for a little bit there. Just, man, this middle line, if you don't have a friend, it is death up there. You have to be in the, you got to be in the train. The pain train, the choo-choo train, the hype train.
The hype train. Look at the 59 Steinhoff all over the back bumper of Brandon Buggs. Trying to almost gave him a little bit of a bump there. Letting him know, hey, I've got help behind me, and that's the 80 car of Osborne. You think Osborne's going to let me by? I don't think so.
Jeff, I think you're right. This is going to turn into a mini Talladega, a mini Daytona here.
Yes.
Just the way, like it's gonna. I think this is really anybody's race. Like there's really no, I'm gonna say no skill involved, but it's really you're just trying to shuffle and. Yeah,
watching Chris. I'm watching Chris Esri back here. He's falling like a rock. He could not get any help on the outside, and now he drops behind Brown. Trying to get back in line, and he touches Brown almost there. That's the 87 of Charles Gray trying to get down there below him. And no dice, as they say. Look at Zach Hausnecht. Gets into the 2, and he almost turns him. And he does. The caution flies. Chris Esri
almost saved it.
And he almost saved it, and that was Hausnecht got into him a little bit there, but I don't think it was a matter of that. I think he just I don't think Zach was expecting him to come all the way down there. Like we saw there, here's the slow-mo of that one, and yeah. That's all it takes is just a little kiss right there, and it's over.
Get housed.
Get housed.
You never try and cut off the 24. You'll plow right through you.
I'm trying to find that 24. Man, you know how this goes. The whole thing is screwed up there. We're going to back it up and we'll follow on board here with him and see what he saw.
No lift, Zach.
I think the 2 came down on him. I think Esri came down on the 4. Yeah, I think he came down on the 48. I mean, watch right here in slow motion. You know, Zach's all the way to the bottom. There's nowhere for him to go here at this point. Yeah, and the 2 of Esri just thought he was clear. And unfortunately, he was not. There's that contact. And look at that. A little bit of damage on the right front there of the 48 of Hausnecht after that contact. That's all it took.
You know exactly what happened there, Jeff. Chris Esri, as soon as he made that move to come down, he hears he's on the bottom by his spotter there. So literally it was just he thought he was clear. AI spotter just was a little late on the call of or maybe he wasn't even paying attention to him. But
maybe
Esri just I didn't know he was clear. That's all that was.
Well, 24 of Hausnecht, I don't think he's going to bring it down pit road anytime soon to try to get that fixed. I think he's just going to kind of roll with it. But, man, yeah, that's curled up on the right front. That's definitely going to hurt Aero, and Aero really, really matters at a track like Las Vegas with this lower horsepower engine, 550. And I don't know, man. It's going to come down to the draft. I don't know how this is going to affect the 24.
I think he'll be okay if he stays in line with everybody else. I think that draft is so strong that his slight Aero issue won't be a factor. That's just my guess. I don't think it's enough to completely screw his race over. And plus, they got faster pairs, they got everything. So if it comes down to some more cautions later, he can go get that fixed if he does feel it's an issue. But personally, I think if he just stays in the bottom line with the guys, I think he'll just hold his position.
Absolutely, and we are going to take a short break here, let you guys Oh, wait, maybe the 81. Oh, no, he's doing that classic fake. Nobody's coming down with him.
Oh, my goodness, guy.
Nobody's coming down with him. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back here with more action at Las Vegas. All right, getting ready to restart this thing back once again, and the control car tonight's going to be Brandon Buggs starting the outside, the 59 of Steinhoff. You've got help on the bottom now. We've seen the 81 and the 80 work together at Daytona. Well, will they work together here tonight at Las Vegas? We're about to find out here on this restart, Ryan.
Yes, we will. We will find out on this restart. Sorry, I'm just talking to your chat during that break.
Oh, that's fine.
Keeping everybody going.
I always feel bad because I can't talk to them because I'm like so focused on running the cameras and everything, all the stuff.
Yeah, it's fine.
But
no,
I appreciate everybody being here, of course.
Your most important sub or whatever. It's fine.
But thank you all for being here tonight, watching the race as always. Okay. Like I told you, I'm excited for this race, man. This is not going to be a boring race by any means, and we're seeing now going to be restarting lap 23. A lot of these guys looking for their first win. You got the 11 car, you got the 59. Here we go, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing, pace cars down and away. And green flag flies in the air once again in Las Vegas. Here comes the 81 with the push of the 80.
I really hope we can see this outside line get working because it'd be really cool to get a whole train of cars on the outside, but that's just not going to happen.
I agree. Yeah, no, and it looks like that's okay. There goes Steinhoff. He's going to drop back down into line. That's going to leave Rucci and Graham on the outside trying to get it done, and it's just not enough. There's not enough cars in the outside lane. We need an outside lane like you would at Daytona here.
And nobody letting those guys in at all. And they're just like, just goes to show you can have all the talent in the world, but you get stuck there on the outside with not many people. Like, it doesn't matter. You can only push that gas pedal so hard, and you can only turn left so fast that they're just dropping. It's just death out there. That sucks for those guys.
It does. And here's Wes Graham right now fighting on the outside of the 92 and of the 54, and no one is giving an inch to drop down in line, and he's going to be shuffled back even further. There's just not enough cars on the outside lane to try to get it done.
Look at that handsome little fella, Wes Graham. Look at that little picture. Looking dapper as fuck. There we go.
There you go.
Oh!
We got trouble?
Almost had trouble there, Jeff. As we were watching, I just saw on your screen.
Yeah, this whole gaggle of cars back here in P20. Three wide racing. That's Macedo. You got Spells back there in that whole mix. And Tony Wilson trying to stay out of that. And they file back into. Yeah, now they're back 2 by 2.
There's a car got sideways there, Jeff, as we were talking, and it jammed the whole field up. But no caution. Good work, everybody out there. They had to go 3 wide, but they held it together. Nicely done.
I'm watching Aaron Beaver. We're going to go on board with him and see what he's seeing right now. It looks like absolute craziness on board with Beaver here as he's trying to push on the back of Webb. And this is what it's like. You can hear that engine. Look at that. It's wide open. 8,500 RPM, almost 9,000, or almost 8,600 RPM, and just holding it wide open the entire time. It's like being in Daytona.
Well, they go 4 wide back here, Jeff. And you're riding on Airbnb, but they went 4 wide there.
Wow, and the caution flies, and we got the 73.
That was spin like a top.
Yep, netcode. That was Benende.
God.
Trying to get back down there. That was Benende that problem was at. And there's that car. He's revving that engine, trying to get it back over. Not gonna happen anytime soon.
Let's go push my man. Push him.
Yeah, there it is. He needs that toe. Let's see what happened with him here. It was not a good moment for the 73. It looks like Keller came down a side draft. Rucci pushing on the backside of him. He had nowhere to go. And that's all it took. Ooh, affordable paint and drywall services. Gonna need both here. Right into the outside wall. Hard lick there for the 73 as he spins around. Comes back into traffic, and thank God netcode was there because the 24 of Zach Houseneck, no, he got a piece of it. As the 73 went flying.
That was awesome.
Wow, man.
Affordable paint and affordable pain, because that guy's gonna be in some pain. I hope he's not in VR, because when he started spinning there,
you'll feel it. Look at this, and straight into the inside wall, and he spins around. You can see that these cars don't have the new damage model on them, unfortunately, so there would just be pieces flying off these cars. But look at the bottom of that car and that diffuser. We talk about the next-gen car and that, diffuser on the back of the car. Look at the difference that is compared to the cars that we've seen in the past. Wow. Absolute craziness. Now, here's where we see everything change because he comes back up into traffic, and this is netcode right there. Spinning like a top, and everybody was good after that. So, all is well. He's going to come down pit road, try to get that car fixed. And we're going to try to get back up here and find out what's going on with the leaders. Nothing's changed out front. Still Brandon Buggs and the 80 of Osborne. P1, P2, but the 48 of Nick Sargent not backing down at all. The 20 car will be the lucky dog this time around, and he'll get it done. So, Ryan, what do you think so far? This has been pretty impressive as far as not only drivability, but what we can expect from the draft.
I'm definitely more impressed with this race. These guys have a bit better handle on the cars. Like there could have, like we were saying earlier, there could have been a massive wreck, but all the drivers held it together earlier, and we're just seeing these couple solo wrecks here, which are to be expected. So I'm enjoying the race so far, and it's like it could go 2 ways. It could just go into a single file snooze fest, but I don't think so, man. These drivers are too hungry for positions that they're gonna try and make anything work. So expect some more fireworks to fly, because it's I think it'll keep getting spicier.
Yeah, lap 30 right now completing, and we are going to be restarting probably around lap 32, but not even close to the halfway point here at Las Vegas. And what does it come down to? Because what they added in the new updates recently with iRacing was they updated the next gen car, of course, and there's slight differences there than they had before, but one of the biggest ones is that they now have an animated pit crew coming down pit road. Remember, the change between the last car we saw them race and this one is the fact that you have a single lug nut on the car now. And we saw that in practice yesterday, them coming down pit road and getting that done, the animated crew working on those cars. It's just one single lug nut they take off and put back on, and that has reduced the pit time. So who's going to come down for tires? It's anyone's guess. I think I'm not really sure how everybody works out with fuel here. I haven't heard anything. Have you heard anything at all on the radio?
No, I'm pretty sure I still have it muted from the last time I raced, so I should probably change that. Not hearing anything on the radio. Also, I don't think I can because I'm a spectator. I can't join the radio.
Oh, you should be able to.
Maybe I'll try to figure it out.
Okay,
here.
no problem. Yeah, I would like to know what their, strategy is as far as that goes, because nobody's coming down pit road anytime soon until they have to. Now, the difference is, drivers have to make that decision of what we've seen at Daytona. Hey, are we coming down for fuel at this certain time or this certain time? Or are we going to have a green flag run? Are we going to have short yellow flag runs like we saw at the Rock? That's not happening here tonight. So it comes down to, just basically when probably one stop, I would imagine, on 100 laps.
Jeff, real important information coming from driver's chat. Bug saying that he's getting hungry from looking at Brandon's car.
Okay.
And then Brandon said he bought a lot of Eggos from last week they raced because looking at the Eggo car. So they're all just hungry, literally hungry.
Talk about Brandon Osborne right here. He's hungry. They're both hungry drivers. I get it.
That picture look like a prison photo, Brandon. You look so upset.
Osborne started 6th and is in 2nd right now. He's one to watch, and he's going to have help from Steinhoff here on this restart. So it's going to be really, really interesting. Totally screwed that up. Not a problem. Definitely haven't had any beers tonight.
Oh, I got to get my beer.
Yeah, get your beer on. The pace car is going to be down and away, and we're going to go back green flag racing on lap 32 here at Las Vegas. Waiting and waiting and waiting. And there's the green flag, and there is everyone. Restarting, no problem. The 80 car slides down right in front of Sargent there, and here comes Steinhoff as well, dropping down instantly into a single file line. There's nowhere for Favignano to go. Favignano, one of the heartbreaks of this driver here that we saw at the Rock. That was a heartbreaking thing. He was up there front all night. He had a car to get it done, and he couldn't. And he had no help on that restart at all. So, unfortunately, he's going to start sliding back. But look at Hausnecht up out there trying to get in front of him. And all the way back out front, well, nothing's really changed here. It's a little single file.
I was watching the kind of mid to back field, Jeff, and there's a 4-car lineup on the outside lane, and they were making it work. So it just takes people to commit to it. It takes at least 4 or 5 cars up there. They weren't necessarily gaining on them, but they were keeping pace with them. So maybe that'll be things to see, things to come as we.
Spells gets turned around. That was Jeffrey Spells in 13 that got spun. We're going to try to find out what happened with him. Oh, man, that was not good at all for him.
Oh, man, a lot of spinning going on in there. Oh, it was Jeff and Clint that got involved.
We're going to watch this replay right here and try to find out what exactly happened here. And the 13 riding right behind the 22 of Reno, Scott Barkman on the outside, and he had his brother right behind him. He drops down just in front of Macedo. Anywhere to go? I'm not sure what happened. It looks like he just kind of gets... Nope. He comes up right into the 9 of Scott Barkman. Wrong place, wrong time. And there goes Spells for a ride straight into the outside wall. Ricochets back into the 44 of Stevenson. Just nowhere to go. And iRacing says, nope, we're not going to give you that data anymore. So that's cool.
Clint gets on the radio and goes, he says, I'm about done with this. I might park it. I mean, you go literally move 10 feet down and go talk to your brother. That was your brother's fault.
Yeah, it was not a problem, and that had nothing to do with the two brothers at all.
Yeah.
That was just Spells just at the wrong place. He came up into Barkman, and that was just all that happened there. That wasn't anybody's fault, really. It was a racing deal. Everybody kind of fighting for that position, and there you go.
Hey, Jeff, can you do me a favor? Can you pull up Javier Rodriguez's driver photo? I wanted you to check out this blue steel looking guy. Look at this.
Okay, yeah. Look. Yeah, we're going to come back here. Well, as soon as iRacing will let us. There we go. We're good now. Oh, wow, man.
Look at that.
Look at that, man.
Look at that blue steel. That's a man. That's a Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Yes, Mr. Steal Your Girl. He looks like he's selling some deodorant for sure. It's like...
Looking good, Javier.
Yeah, Javier, man. Rico Suave, more like it, in the Cheddar's 20 car.
You can tell he looks like he's doing the most interesting man in the world pose. Like he's kind of off to one side. Like,
oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love that the drivers have been giving us those photos because we wouldn't have that normally. So a big thanks to them. I know it's a lot to put yourself out there and say, hey, this is what I look like. But I like it because it's easier to put a face to a driver than just a name to a virtual car.
Jeff, we should put our pictures up on our little broadcasters' names.
Yes. I'll have to request that from the one, the only FRN. That's Flat Out Racing Network. They do all the graphics. And let me tell you what, guys. We've been working with these guys for the last, few weeks. And moving into Season 8, they have been working around the clock, nonstop, to give us more and more out of this entire package. So if you want an overlay for iRacing, these are the guys to check out. Flat Out Racing Network. Say, hey, I do broadcastings with, broadcasts with my friends. You did broadcastings? We did broadcastings. Broadcast with my friends. I want to know how you get these awesome graphics. I literally told them, hey, I like the look of this, and they recreated it. So a big hats off to Flat Out Racing Network. Go check out FRN if you are interested in any graphic overlays for iRacing.
Also, they will broadcast your race for you.
Yes, they will.
If you're in a private league, if you have a little league going, you can hit those guys up and they'll broadcast it with commentators and the full works. So that's an option too. That's another little service they offer, which is pretty neat.
And we're riding aboard the 80 car right now. And I don't know why. I've seen this happen in a few paints and a few drivers, but we see the name on there twice. You see that? On the onboard, it's like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's got their name on there, but then it has their name on there again. It's like, I don't know if it's a custom graphic on top of that or what that is, but regardless, the lights are out on the pace car. We're going to go back racing here shortly. Next time by. Now, it has been the Brandon Buggs show out front, and he's had Sargent on those restarts on the inside. Now, the 59 of Steinhoff is going to have to do something to push that 80.
I just really want to see an outside line getting some momentum and pushing out to the front there. That's what I would really like to see. That's wishful thinking, though. What's going to happen is Brandon Buggs is going to get the jump, and then it's really just it's a merge. They're really just having to merge off the restarts here. They're just trying to find a hole on the bottom line and get down there. Which they shouldn't do. I mean, if they really want to get a new leader out of this, they're going to have to stay side by side. They're going to have to, as they are right now, don't drop down. If you have your whole outside lane, you have your outside lane. And when it comes down to the end of this race, that's going to matter. So I don't know why these guys are jumping down, basically jumping out of a building that's on fire, saying, hey, I got to get down. I don't want to do this. So it's going to come down to, who can actually work the outside lane to get around these guys. Well, the pace car's in, Jeff. They're going back green flag racing. You got the call.
All right. Green flag back in the air. There goes the 81 of Brandon Buggs, and the 80 wastes no time to drop down and drop out of the 59's draft. And now he has a push from Sargent. Not so much. All the way in the back around Kyle Cleveland there. Work on the inside of the 54, trying to get around him. And he has help from Keller in the 4.
I mean, we call it. It's just literally a race to the bottom off the restarts. It takes one guy. It just takes one guy to do it, and it screws everyone up. So, yeah, like the 43 and the 92 are trying to find a position in line. It's, it just takes one person to do that. And unfortunately, we're just going to go single file racing. But who knows? We'll see if we can get some more people jockey for position up front.
One driver we need to watch right now, and that is Zach Hausneck. He started 20th. He's up to 10th right now. He's fighting for that 10th position, and his highest has been 11th, but it's about to change right here on the next lap. But look at Zach Hausneck moving up to P10.
Good job, Zach, cracking the top 10.
And a driver we've seen before doing really well at Daytona in these draft races is Bookman, Gage Bookman back here, but he's not doing so hot. He's in P23 right now and kind of falling back. He's just kind of falling in the draft of spells there. And the 20 car of Rodriguez, that's about it.
And this shows you how much qualifying actually mattered this race, Jeff. Because there's not much movement going on. The only movement going on is if you go to the outside and you drop. That's really the only movement going on. So the guys that qualified top 10 are happy.
You know, I got to say something. Houseneck has not submitted a driver photo yet.
What the heck?
If you go on Google, you can just Google his name and you'll find him. What are you hiding?
Get one of his clickbaity thumbnails with the baguette face, and we're gonna submit it to FRM for him.
Yes. What are you hiding from? And Zach Houseneck right now in a battle trying to follow on the outside. That's Charles Gray in the 87. He has no help on the outside lane, and he's right next to Foderero. And now he'll find fire from the 22 of Reno if he can't get down.
Ooh, careful, Zach. Oh, he gets touched.
Little loose.
Little touch there by Reno, but that was not Reno's fault.
That was just nowhere to go. And like you've talked about, Ryan, it's guys fighting to get back down to the bottom lane.
Yeah.
And Rucci has no help. Oh, sorry, that's not Rucci. That's Wilson on the outside.
Oh,
no help.
Zach almost gets turned.
Almost, yeah.
91 here. I don't know if you saw that, Jeff, on your screen. Oh, you did.
No, I did, yeah. He got insanely loose there. Let's ride on board with Zach right now, see what he's seeing.
Zach finally able to get down to that bottom line. Yeah, that was close.
And just listen to that engine. That thing is just wrapped up all the way, not lifting out of the throttle at all. And if you lose the draft, it's huge here. It's hard to get back up there. And he's trying to get to Beaver's bumper, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. He's losing that draft to the 97.
A little bit of shuffling of positions up front. Here's the number. I can't even tell the number that is. He loses a couple positions. Hey, Jeff, a lot of green flag racing going on. I hate the sound of my own voice. Should we crank it up?
Let's crank it up. Let's watch these guys together. And we'll talk to you soon. Sad I don't have a crank it up cam, sorry.
Oh, you don't have crank it up cam.
No, I don't.
Crank it.
I know.
Oh,
Well,
we
can listen and watch, so we'll be right back. That's about as crank it up as we can get. They did send me a camera pack. I couldn't get it to work. I don't think I knew what folder to throw those cameras in, unfortunately.
No, my scuffed broadcast.
I know. A big thanks to Flat Out Racing Network for sending me those over. I just could not get them to work. The problem is they send over the camera, and I'm like, well, I don't know what the track calls for, so I put Las Vegas as a folder, but maybe it's a Las_Vegas something, or who knows. So I wasn't sure.
He had some 3-wide racing going on up front there, Jeff. The 28, the 11, and the I think that's Ryan Steinhoff were 3 wide on the front stretch.
Yeah, Steinhoff has dropped back quite a bit. He's in P7 right now, and that's the 11 car of Cleveland dropping in behind him. And that's the problem. They get very, very desperate of trying to drop down and get back in line to the point where they're going to drive it 3 wide. But look at Wes Graham. He's moved himself up to P6.
These cars could have signal lights, they would be constantly on left because they need to merge into that lane. Wes Graham started 14th up to 5th.
Almost contact from the 59. Wow. You can see these guys are really, really working that draft.
We got 2 packs for them, and there's like the pack of, I think, 9 or 10 cars up front. But Jeff, if you look way back, the other pack is falling back because they're fighting. They're actually 2 wide back here.
Yeah, I'm watching that because Rodriguez fell back a little bit there, and he's in P18, but he's pushing on the back of Jason Lance. Jason Lance, another driver we saw doing really, really well at the Rock last week, and here he is all the way back in 18th, and I'm sure he's not happy about that, but maybe a lot of these guys are playing these cards like, you know, Daytona, saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to wait until the end of this race before I start making my moves. And the 67 of Favignano.
There's good. Look at this outside line actually working, Jeff, because there's tons of cars.
Yeah, and we can see that the outside lane actually works. So we might see this at the end of the race here today.
There they
and
go.
It's working,
It's good drafting.
Favignano drops right down in front of Keller.
That's what we need to see up front, boys. It can work. You just need numbers.
They do. They need more people, and that's Charles Gray there in the 87, and you know that driver is very, very, he's probably very frustrated being all the way here in P whatever.
We got a slow car on the top line. This could get hairy, Jeff, as
they're I'm seeing that.
Through. 3 wide going through. That's a 26 car. Getting laps. It might be some damage. It's going to be Zachary Guzman.
Yeah, Zachary Guzman there trying to let these guys go by. Sorry. Changing out the graphic there. And, yep. That was good by him. He did a really good job at letting everybody go by, and no problems at all in that 26 Trevor car. Back up front, we've got Brandon Buggs just kind of holding off the 80 car of Osborne right now, but you know what? We know how these guys race each other. They race each other very, very, very aggressively, and it's always a good time to watch. But look at this. The 80 car's got to run. He's got to push for the 54, but he's not going to put any pressure on the 81. He's going to wait for these laps to wind down first.
That is a 7-car pack.
I'm perfectly aware I said lined instead of wind, but, you know.
I didn't even hear it. I'm too drunk to taste this chicken. Yeah, 7-car pack up front, but they're going to be pretty methodical on, I think they're just holding back. Everyone's happy where they're at. No, there's no rush right now to make a move. We got some wrecking back here, Jeff.
Oh, no.
Keller getting sideways.
Robert Keller involved?
Yeah, caution coming out.
All right, we're going to find out who that was. Trying to get to Robert Keller if we can. Gotta wait for things to kind of settle out a little bit more before we can grab him. Keller, where'd you go, man? Where did you go? There he is right there. He's the green. Got him. Let's wind that back up and see what happened. It wasn't anything good, that's for certain. So it looks like it's coming out of 4 where that actually happened. It was 3 wide position, kind of getting squeezed, nowhere to go. We've seen this before. It's kind of, it's a 3 wide racing deal. It wasn't the 6's fault. It was just 3 wide racing at Vegas. He gets into the inside of the 87 of Gray, nowhere to go. And look at Gray holding on to that car. Nice job by him. But our Daytona winner here of Robert Keller having a little bit of a difficulty trying to, we hit a car there that disappeared. This is a iRacing issue that everybody's been talking about lately, where cars are disappearing on these replays for some reason. So he definitely hit somebody there. We just don't know who, unfortunately. So the 4 cars are going to go down pit road and get some fresh tires, get that fast repair. Let's talk a little bit about what a fast repair is all about. But wait a minute. Leaders are coming down pit road, Ryan.
Yeah, I see that. I think, let's see if people are only taking 2 tires or 4 tires. I think they're going to take 4 tires there. It'd be pretty, there's no reason not to.
Well, we didn't talk about, we're just past the halfway point of the race, and these guys had to make 1 fuel stop. So who's going to take tires and who's not? I think tires do matter, but we've seen in practice that the right front really goes.
The 20-car Rexit coming out of pit lane, Jeff. Goes
oh,
into the
no
wall.
Way.
Javier Blue stealing it into the wall. He's okay,
and it looks like the 80's going to beat him off. That's reword. That's Brandon Osborne. He's going to come off P1 here.
Oh, they're getting off on pit lane.
Oh, yeah, they definitely are. That's the problem. That's a normal thing to say. Oh, and he hits the cone. Oh, almost goes in the back of Sermon. Wow. He has something to say about that. There's David Sermon there. Started P9 29, and he's in 29, and his lowest is 37th, but he's there in P36. Not a great night for the 40 car.
He's got the Civ Ryan special sorry on the back of his car. That's what I did on my first race. I just put sorry on the back of my car because I didn't know how it was going to go.
Yeah. You're like, hey, I remember my first...
I remember my first
iRacing race.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Is it me or is it's showing Clint Spell staying out? He's going to be your leader right now.
I see him there. I see Clint. I thought he was going to park. Good on him for staying out.
Yeah, no, Spells is going to stay out. Ewing, Spells, his other brother, Barkman, Osborne, and Buggs. So you got 4 cars that are staying out. And how does it, what's going to happen here? These guys are going to run their laps and try to make their points, here for the standings. But I don't know what tires are going to mean here because we've seen 20, 30 laps on tires down to 91%. So we know it's not that bad. But after 58 laps, I mean, you wind that down a bit. You're in the 80 percentile easily on the front tires. So how is this going to affect the restarts? We don't know. We're going to find out together.
There we are, together forever. We're going to find out.
Together forever. All right, I'm going to be right back with more action here at Las Vegas. And I'm going to get a beer. So we'll see you in a minute. I didn't forget about you. We're getting ready to restart it here.
I did. Broadcasting?
Yeah, we're still broadcasting. Don't worry about it. All righty, here we go. Going back, green flag racing. Here goes Spells, and everybody's slow on the outside. He's on an island right now. That's not where you want to be in a draft.
Just like that, people shuffle down, not making that outside line work. Come on, guys, grow some. I want to see that line work.
They are scared to make that work. And look at our leader back here that was earlier, Brandon Buggs, trying to make it down to the bottom. And look at Rucci all the way back up front.
Rucci, where did he pit? He must not have pit because he got his position back.
And look at him right now, P3.
You're the number 9 car.
Oh, like
he's turning him. He's turning him.
Oh, Barkman's involved. And Aaron Beaver, big junk behind him. Huge crash off the front there.
Getting worked, went 3 wide.
Ryan, it comes down to these guys. They talk about the cautions breeding cautions, but man, that is just absolutely the case. As soon as we had that caution, everybody came down to pit road. Everybody's kind of forgot, to take it easy here, it looks like. Unfortunately, look at that. The 9 and the 59 of Steinhoff. Nowhere to go, and Fodorero at the bottom. It's right around the 59, but the 59 gets into the 9 of Scott Barkman now, and right in front of Tony Wilson. Nowhere to go here at all.
Get it together, guys. Come on.
Little contact there. Aaron Bieber
so
involved. The 87 to Charles Gray. Arca brake straight in the back of the 9. There you go. And Ryan, on the last caution, I had to go outside and get another beer. And my brother was out there and gave me a thumbs up. He's in town, him and his lovely girlfriend.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah, they're all hanging out there and watching the race on the back porch. So I came out there and I got another beer and I was like, what's up?
Are they chilling in the hot tub at the Favignano
Oh, yeah.
compound?
Oh, you know it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The 19 involved. Look at so many cars, but the 24 of Houseneck hitting the brakes and the 22 of Reno right around there. He got it done, no problem. That was craziness, man. Let's watch here. We got to watch the onboard of the 24 of Houseneck. He was right there in the middle of all of it. What did he see from his car? Well, it was absolute crazy.
Hey, Jeff, is your brother
Look at that!
than you?
My brother's older than me.
Older.
All right, rewind that back. We have to watch that one more time. Look at the wreck avoidance of Houseneck here. This is absolutely insane.
All those years of GTA chase me, avoiding the civilian cars, and that's exactly what he did there. That looks awesome.
Dude, that was great driving by the 24 of Houseneck. I'm sure he was not sure what was going on there at all. But, man, unfortunately, a lot of cars involved in that wreck. But out front, Clint Spells is still your man.
He's got that car going, Jeff.
He's got it going, all right. But look at this. You got guys like Spells, Brandon Osborne, and look at Matt Rucci up here. Guys that, you know, taking a little bit of a gamble here. Lap 63. Yeah, gamble. Lap 63. Maybe tires don't matter so much, and maybe the 6 is waiting for that later caution. But I have been this driver before. I've been in the front on a missed call on pit road or not getting on the same, you know, strategy as the leaders. And you're kind of screwed. You either go, hey, I'm coming down pit road on a caution and nobody's coming with me, or I'm going to stay out here and just get my points. And I think that's what the 6 doing right now.
I hate to inform you, 6, but you don't get points for laps led in this league. So if that's the strategy, I don't know. It's a bold strategy, Cotton, because yeah, if you don't have fresh tires, I think that's I don't think it's going to work out for him. We'll see, though. I could be wrong.
Yeah, well, in NIS, it matters. Here it does not. Finishing position is all that matters here.
All that matters is who's in the lead at the end.
And I also have to say a big thanks to Flat Out Racing Network, because the new version that they sent over today will have the point standings at the end of the race.
Cool.
So if you guys are wondering where everybody is in the point standings, before we had to go to an actual spreadsheet, now we don't anymore. They have incorporated that into the package. So we'll get to that at the end of the official standings after the race, and we'll see what happens here. So lights are on the pace car right now, but next time by, the pace car lights will be off. Now it's going to come down to who has who at their back. We're going to see Clint Spells, Brandon Osborne, Matt Rucci, and Brandon Buggs. Those top 4 there going to be all about this restart. The 28 of Rucci going to be pushing on the 6, but on the outside lane, you're going to have the 81 pushing on the 80 of Osborne. And who's going to be there? You're going to have Kyle Cleveland and Nick Sargent behind them. So Sargent will be helping out the outside lane. And we know, we saw it earlier, Ryan, the outside lane can work if they would just let it happen.
Yeah, everyone's it's a little too early, I think. I think we might see people starting to take chances near the end of the race for that outside line and people staying up there. It can work. It can be done, but no one's willing to what sucks is it just takes one person to drop out of it, and then it screws up everybody. So it's got to be full commitment by everybody in that top line. But if one person drops, that's it. Now if I was any type of competent in my job, I would know the point standings. I would know the histories and the stats. So that's why I got really excited when you were like, we got the point standings for the league. I'm like, ooh, like I'll actually learn something.
That's all right.
That's cool.
We'll get that eventually. This is the Lady Luck 100 driven by Thrustmaster. A huge thanks to Thrustmaster for sponsoring this league alongside Next Level Racing and FRN. We are about to get back to action here And it's been nothing short of amazing. We've seen a lot of great racing tonight, and I think we're going to continue to see it here as we're getting ready to restart. Clint Spells will be the control car.
This could be an interesting restart here, Jeff. Let's see if Clint Spells can actually have pace on those worn tires, or does he back up the field? Only time will tell. As we go, pace car goes in. We're going green. Lap 66 at Las Vegas.
And there goes Spells. Great restart there. And the 80 of Osborne drops in. 81 had no help on that restart. He's stuck on the outside of Rucci there. Can they try to get it done? I don't think so. I think he's going to have to drop in line behind the 28. All the way back here, watching these guys battling it out. There's a big fight back here in P13, P12. Side-by-side action. Houseneck, Macedo, Steinhoff, and Joel Brown all around here trying to get something organized. I don't think it's going to happen. It looks like Joel Brown and Chris Essery going to be kind of screwed here on this restart.
Spells and Osborne are leaving the pack behind right now. They're slowly out front.
That is not what you want to see right now if you're in P3. Because when you lose that draft, even by about 6-7 car lengths, it's hard to get back up there. These guys are going to be on an island for a while.
I don't think it'll be too long as the single file lane will slowly catch up and get that draft on the 80. We do have some two wide racing back here around 10th, 11th place, Jeff, of Chris Essery and Jeff Spells in this 80, what car is that? The 87 car? No, that's no 22 car and the 59 car of Reno and Steinhoff. So
a driver we haven't talked about much about. That's Alex Reno, started 33rd. He's all the way up in P13 right now, fighting for 13th and 12th. And he's made his way all the way up there. Reckon. Where's that at?
Clint Spells is wrecking the leader.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's big. A lot of cars.
Oh,
they're still wrecking back here,
yeah,
Jeff.
there's a lot of cars involved. Keller involved.
Ooh, that's the big one. On lap 69, giggity.
Oh, giggity. We're going to find out what happened here. It was the leaders right here, and it looks like it might have been a block gone wrong. Let's see what happened here. We got the 6 coming down on the nose as the 80 had that run. And the 80 not lifting it all. No, he did. I can see it happening right there. Nowhere to go. And the 6 was around. Nowhere. He's kind of hanging on to it. And comes back out into traffic. This is what you never want to see in a situation like this where a driver is leading the race and spins in front of the field. And it looks like the only Isaiah Stevens was the only one really collected in that.
But wait for it, Jeff, because he collects a lot more people down. Oh, that's the 76 car.
Yeah, that was Tony Wilson.
Tony Wilson, what are you
76. Doing? Robert Keller involved in that one, unfortunately. Let's ride on board with Tony Wilson, see what happened. What did he see during this time? About to find out.
Oh, he saw smoke and got spooked. Oh, he had to hit the brakes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then iRacing dropped him, and here he is rolling on his roof.
That makes sense. He had to hit the brakes, and then he got pushed into the right into the other car, so he nowhere to go.
Nope. A lot of guys involved here. Matt Rucci, the winner of the Rock last week, finds himself back on track position in P1 with Brandon Osborne right there. And I think it came down to just a little bit of a blocking move by the 6 car there on the 80, but the 80 had his nose down there, and it was just one of those drafting deals, not anywhere to go.
Yeah, Osborne saw his move to try and get the lead position. He tried to make it, and Clint thought he was clear. He was not.
And Zachary Guzman getting his lap back there. He is the lucky dog this time around. And he'll make his way all the way back around. Now, Matt Rucci, our man. Well, I was not expecting any of this. I wasn't expecting a big crash out of the leaders there. But, man, that could have been so much worse than what we just saw.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. A lot of cars were involved, and looks like Holmore, I see him in your chat. It looks like he's done. Chuck, the 87 car, looks like he's done for the night. So we'll see if anybody else gets parked there. And Chuck's always usually pretty salty, so he might have just rage quit. Did you rage quit, Chuck, or what happened?
It shows him still on track in the pits right now, trying to get it fixed. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks like his time is not looking good right now since he's in a bad position with that and with fast repairs.
Yeah, you only get 2. You only get 2.
Only 2 fast repairs. Yep. They do go quick. You're not wrong about that. Now it comes down to this next restart because guess what, Ryan?
Whoa!
Oh, and Wes Graham into the wall.
What happened?
I have no clue. We have got to find out what happened with the 88 there. That could have been a matter of
VR not working.
Maybe VR, a VR issue.
What happened?
I'm gonna rewind it here and try to find out. But man, I mean, everything was good up here up until this moment where he just lost something. Maybe his wheel disconnected or something, because this is internet rate. Yeah, right there. Hard left and straight to the wall.
Oh,
not good for the 88.
I think it was a VR crash.
It might have been a VR crash. We've seen that happen before. Oh, man.
Trying to find out here for you.
Yeah, we'll find out.
He's angry fella. I don't blame him. Yeah, that's definitely something to do with a technical issue.
Well, one thing we didn't go over, Ryan, we wanted to talk about fast repairs. What exactly are fast repairs?
Nah, you get a free car, basically. You get to reset your car, resets all the damage, resets all the any aero. Basically, you get a fresh, brand new car. Minus, I think the tires and the fuel carry over. I want to say.
Yeah. It's like getting your backup car out of the trailer.
Yeah, essentially. So it's a do-over. It's a get out of jail free card, and you only get 2 of them. So which is nice because, you know, we don't want these guys. We want these guys to have fun. So we like having fast repairs because, you know, in NIS, if you wreck in, like, you know, you practice for a week or whatever, do qualifying, and then, you know, second lap in, you wreck and your car's done. Like, that's your night. Like, that's a little too realistic. We still want to have guys to have fun here, so we have a couple fast repairs for them. But yeah, it's not like unlimited fast repairs to where you can just keep wrecking and it's not a big deal. It's no, it still matters if you wreck. So it's a good compromise, I think.
Apparently, Wes Graham, as an racing admin, accidentally gave himself a wave around trying to give the 95 a wave. And not happy about that. So a matter of trying to clear somebody's stuff and then ends up wrecking himself. You hate to see that. That's not what you want to see. We're going to ride on board here with Brandon Osborne on this restart here and just see what it's like for these guys to deal with this.
Jeff, they're green flag right now.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we were behind. Green flag in the air. Drops in right behind the 28. And the 81 has nose damage on that car.
These cars are getting a little squirrely back here.
They're on an island. The 81, no help on the outside, trying to get back down. Waiting for Nick Sargent to give a hold, not going to happen.
Ooh, Chris Essery and Jason Lance almost get into each other there. Could have been another wreck there, Jeff.
Yeah, that was close, man.
That was close.
That was like no room at all for that one. And now we got Rucci, Matt Rucci, all the way out front, holding them down. Matt Rucci and Brandon Osborne.
Yeah, they're going single file back here, though, so they'll eventually catch up to those guys out front. The power of the draft, the power of love.
We're going to talk about
pull them through.
Curious thing. How about a driver, Christopher Hull here. Started 18th, highest 15th, 32nd. He's right now showing P15 right now. He started all the way back there. And his lowest tonight has been 32nd, but I wanted to talk about Hull. He's all the way up into P15. Looking pretty right now. pushing on Andrew Ewing.
Yep, and they're slowly catching up to the top two drivers here. Chris Esri unable to over either cars entering off the pit road right now. Jeff.
Steinhoff really slow on the bottom there.
Yep, they're entering off pit road. It looks like there could be some fireworks back there. They try and merge.
Not sure what happened to Steinhoff there. He was looking really good earlier on in the race. Maybe got caught up in the last wreck.
Well, we're coming down to the gut check time here. Within 20 laps here. Ish.
Yep, they're running out of time now. If anybody's going to go, it's time to go now. But the 80 car of Osborne needs help, and that's going to be from Cleveland if he can get up there.
That's right. And Cleveland trying to work with the guys behind them to catch the two cars out front. Close that gap, make it interesting. And they're doing a good job, and they're slowly catching up there. Yeah, I see you riding on board with Kyle there, Jeff. And they will be gaining on them.
And that's Brown right there pushing on the back bumper of the 11 if he can get there, when he can get there. And it seems like he's gaining a lot of time in 1 and 2 right now, but when it comes down to it, now it looks like the 11 car is starting to catch the 80.
You can see these guys starting to think about strategies, thinking about what to do. Brandon Buggs looking, he's peeking. He's peeking to the outside line there, like, hey, anybody, what are we doing here, boys? Are we going out there? I'm watching him. He's either getting clean air or trying to peek. And so far, they're still single file.
I can't take that picture serious.
I photoshopped that.
It's so good. Yeah, no, it's really getting rocky up front right now. I'm trying to keep it together with that, but man. Wow, and the 48 of Sargent up there with a 43 of Brown almost together. And Joel Brown falling back.
81's losing positions, Jeff. He's went out to the outside lane.
He needs help.
The 43 of Brown 5, and nobody's there with them, and they're dropping, and unfortunately that's not good because the two front cars are now gaining. That's what happens, man. That's why these guys are scared to go to the outside line, because the guys up front are just gonna peel off, and look at them go. They're just beating off up there.
Yeah, you're seeing them literally perform what's called a tandem, and that is two drivers getting together in a draft and pushing each other. That's what's happened with the 28 and the 80, and Cleveland can't get to the back bumper because there's so much side-by-side racing back here. But look, we got Houseneck up in the mix.
67 and 43 almost get into it, Jeff, in P5 and 6. And that could have been real bad.
I'm watching. Yeah, we got Houseneck pushing on the back of the 2 of Essery. Not enough to get up to Favignano, and their side-by-side little side draft action with Brown and the 48 of Sargent. But look at this. The 86 is up there in the mix. That's Jason Lance. Jason Lance started 11th tonight. He fell all the way back to 29th. And look at him in P7 right now.
Now this is good. Now we're talking, boys and girls. Now we're talking. They're side by side. They're doing side drafting. This is what I wanted to see. Unfortunately,
this is how a wreck happens right here. Look at the 48 pushing on the 11.
Oh, there we go. I mean, the people that are really laughing about this are Rucci and Osborne because they're just gaining a lot of time. I'm not worried about it because there's probably going to be a caution coming up within the next 10 laps here. So
yeah, I don't want to keep my eyes off the 11 of Cleveland and the 67 of Favignano, and Brown getting the push on the outside of the bottom lane.
Good racing here. It's Favignano, Estrie, and Houseneck trying to make that outside line work. And Bayer Buggs going to the outside line. He sees Zachy Tabaki out there. He sees his little buddy, and he's going to
push on the back of him. Yep, he's right up there, and he's got help from the 13 to Spells. If they can get to the back bumper, this really has turned into a little mini Daytona like some of the drivers were talking about. These guys have got to make it happen. We know that the 81 was not happy at Daytona, saying no one would go to the outside lane. No one would make this work for us. And here tonight, we're seeing this actually work out for the outside lane.
There he goes. Look at the run Zach's getting right here. He clears the 11 car. Is he gonna unfriend Buggs on the outside line? He doesn't. They're probably in a call together. You know Buggs is going, don't you do. Oh, he does it. Oh, the betrayal.
He drops straight down.
There.
Wow, he's trying to get the push off.
The bromance is over.
He's trying to get Cleveland to push on him. No, it'll go. The outside lane, it's got to be getting frustrated. 3 wide.
They're about to go 3 wide here, Jeff. They're 3 wide coming up into this corner. Oh,
and they get a little bit of contact there. The 81 almost loses it in the 13. And the 13 is losing it right in front of the 91. But the 81 makes it through that, no problem.
No
out
caution.
Front, no caution. Rucci and Osborne right now out front on an island trying to pull away even further.
No caution, that's not good. Oh, poor Buzz.
Oh, you're gonna get a caution. Don't worry. Look back here, back in P13 or so. These guys are starting to get a little more. Back in P19 actually, where this is happening. 17th, 18th. Hilton on the outside, the 20 of Rodriguez.
That was a hell of a save there by Bugs.
That was a beautiful save. That could have been a crash.
Position. They needed a caution there, and they're not going to get it.
And he falls back to P16, but he's trying to pick up the pieces. And Anthony DeFrenchi pushing on the back bumper of Potter.
I blame Zach. I blame Zach for all that. He left his buddy out there. Look what happens.
It was a lot of side-by-side racing. Yeah, the 13 and the 81 it was just close racing there. Nowhere to go. 81 trying to push on the 99, but if you know Brandon Buggs, he does not like when drivers will not try something different. They're running out of time. There are 11 laps to go right now. They got to get an outside lane going.
How's our leaders doing, Jeff? Are they still on an island out there?
Oh, they're still on an island. Matt Rucci right now trying to hold off Brandon Osborne. And it's
the only thing that could come into play, it looks like there's some lap drivers there, Jeff. They might have to navigate through those guys.
Right in the back bumper here of Matt Rucci, and you can just see how close the 80 car of Osborne gets up to Rucci. It's just not enough. He needs help. The 80 car can't make that move without the 43 of Brown.
No, he won't be able. They can't just drag race down the straight.
We got lap traffic coming up here. See if that's going to be a factor. That's Isaiah Stevens right there in the 44 trying to stay out of their way, and with Spells to the 13 car. And the 13 is Spells will stay on the outside, no problem. And he'll go down a lap.
Looks like it might be getting spicy down there because West just disabled driver's chat. So
getting really spicy.
There might be some big beef going on.
All right, we're watching right back here. This is where the action's at, the 99-81. You got Potter there in the 60 car on the outside. He has no help. And everybody on the bottom is going to push by.
We were just seeing really spaced out packs here now. That's what happens. I think that's just a byproduct of people trying to get positions, and they lose the pack in front of them by doing so.
Yeah, and we're looking at Joel Brown. This is the man that is going to make something happen for the 80 car if he can get up there on the back bumper. Just nowhere to go right now, but Joel Brown holding off Fodorero there. And
look at that flow, Joel.
They're gonna have to get close to each other. They're gonna make this happen. And he gets around the 6 car of Spells. As Spells goes down another lap, but the 43 needs more help. They have got to get a single file lane of traffic if they're gonna catch the leaders.
Joel Brown looking like a Pantene Pro V commercial. Look at that flow. That looks awesome. I love it.
And out front, look at this. The lap traffic has caused a little bit of a disturbance in the gap, and now Joel Brown is to the 44. He's starting to catch the 80.
Yeah, I'm flipping through the different cars here in the field, just trying to see drivers what they're trying to do, how they're going to make it work. I'm currently with Anthony DeFrenchi in P14, and he's trying to work on Gabe Bookman, and Bugs is back there too, trying to get his position back.
It's going to be so hard for them to try to get this back together in-house back in P7.
We are running out of time.
Running out of time, yeah. We're going to be going 5 laps to go right now.
No cautions. This is not the finish we wanted to see. This could be uneventful.
Oh, now Joel Brown is getting to the back bumper of the 80, so now things are starting to heat up.
Oh, there we go. That's what we're talking about. Get that front pack going.
He's got help from Fodorero, but Fodorero jumps out. Here he goes to the outside. And they're going to stay in single fire, but Fodorero is pushing on Joel Brown, the 43. This is the only chance they have to catch the leaders right now.
I'm trying to change my camera to 1 second.
You're all right, man. And Brandon Osborne holding strong right behind Rucci. Trying to hold off Joel Brown. It's just going to be really, really difficult if these 2 cars behind him can get organized. But this is what Osborne needs. He needs 2 cars behind them that are going to make a move on the last few laps.
Chris Essery really needs to stop. I don't know if he's getting clean air, but he's not drafting directly behind Fodoraro. And it's hurting that line behind him. So Chris has got to get up there to the back bumper of the 67 car.
Yeah, it looks like Chris is trying to get up to the 67. He has no help from behind. There's just nowhere to go. He's trying to snake back and forth and grab that back draft of the 67. And it comes down to 67 to Fodoraro here and Joel Brown. If they can get up to the 80, and it looks like they're starting to push to do it.
They got to get together. They got to get something going. Oh, and Fodoraro almost goes into the wall there.
Yeah, he was pushing that car so hard. He almost pushed it right into the wall. And the 2 of Chris Essery's got a nice run, but he needs to drop back down in line. He's going to lose that draft.
I don't know why he's losing the draft. He's got to stay with that draft. Although fuel's becoming a thing, but Jeff, how many laps we got? We're coming up to a white flag here soon, are we not?
We're getting close. It's going to be 1 to go. No, not yet. For 99.
Not yet. Next one. For 2.
Yep, next one. Oh, and the 40 of Surman.
Oh, the lap car. No, dang it.
Watch out for Surman there. Surman holding on the outside lane. Don't come down. That's Dave Surman about to come down on the line of the 2 of Essery. And he's saying sorry always on the outside lane. Now we're going to come down. Wow.
Sermon.
That's Sermon, the 67 of Fodoraro. Whoa, the inside of Joel Brown there.
Wide. They're going too wide, Fodoraro, and
it's Sargent? 1 to go. No, brought to you by Thrustmaster here tonight. Trying to get this thing done, and they make contact. And we're going to get a caution.
Let's go! As much as like we don't.
And there's no caution. There's no caution. 2 guys out front. Rucci's gonna win it again here at Las Vegas.
How is that not a caution?
Back-to-back action. Matt Rucci, your man right here.
How is that?
Well, get it done.
There's no cautions on the last lap apparently. What?
Yeah, because it's not a green-white checker.
Was out, I guess. Yeah, it's a green-white checker. Oh, shit, okay.
That was it, and that's Fodoraro giving a little bit of a bump to Rucci, saying congratulations. There you go. Wow. Matt Rucci, your winner here tonight at Vegas. Getting it done 2 times in a row. And you know what? You talk about a driver like Rucci that came down in Daytona and didn't have the greatest race, came over to Rockingham, dominated, got back into a position where he could win it. Fodoraro would push on him and try to make that happen, but it couldn't get it done. And Rucci is going to get it done here tonight. What an incredible race there at the end. Fodoraro had no way he was going to get to the 28. He had to go through the 80 to get it done, but that was going to take Joel Brown to get it done. They couldn't do it, and Rucci will take the win here at Vegas.
Yeah, that third place car really needed to get up there. Joel Brown needed to get up there, and he just couldn't get up there. That's what Osmond was hoping for, and it was going to take something big to get Rucci out of the top position, and it didn't happen. Great race by the guys. I think a lot of drivers are going to be salty after that one. There's going to be some salty drivers there.
Maybe just a little bit, but let's go through your unofficial results here tonight. Matt Rucci, look at that, getting the win. Brandon Osborne in second. Leonard Fodoraro, the 5th. You got Chris Essery, Nick Sargent. Houseneck coming out in P6, started 20th. An incredible run by Houseneck to get that done. P7 to Jason Lance, Alexander Reno, P8, and Robert Keller in P9. Brandon Buggs going to round out your top 10. So Buggs was able to come back up and get a top 10 out of that. So that was not all for loss. Started P4 there on that one. Aaron Beaver, P11. James Hilton, Stephen Thompson, Anthony DeFrench, Gage Bookman, Joel Brown, Robert Webb, Andrew Ewing, Ryan Potter, and Kyle Cleveland, which was way up there in the front. and is going to finish in P20, unfortunately for them. Javier Rodriguez, the Steel Man.
The Steel.
The Steel. Stefan Benendi. Then you got Macedo, Steinhoff, Stevens, Graham. Unfortunate for Graham ending out in P26. Spells, P27. Clint Spells, the brothers right there, P27, 28. Christopher Hull in 29, 30 to Guzman. After all of that, Allen in 31. Sermon ends up 32. 33 to Wilson, Tuttle, Gray, Barkman. A really bad race for Barkman, Pugh, and Kenneth Spooner. We talked about earlier those drivers not happy, and that was Gray that had a night ender for him. So there you go. How does everything work out? Well, point standings right now. Matt Rucci's your man, leading everybody. Dylan Macedo, Keller, Graham, Potter, Lance, Barkman, Gray, Fodderero, and Essery.
This is not the updated point system, or
no, we'll get it next time.
Week?
Yeah, last week after 2 races. So
we'll
get this to you. This is after just those 2 races, so you can see where everybody ended up. But you can put 2 and 2 together and go, hey, how did everybody end up tonight? Well, here's how it all worked out. Now we're going to go ahead and get ready for driver interviews. Let's head over there, Ryan.
Let's go ahead over there. All right, Jeff, looks like everybody's here. You got the call.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, we have to say a big congratulations to Rucci. Rucci, you got it done again. That's the 2nd in a row. How does it feel after holding off Osborne?
Man, it feels great. Once we pulled away from 3rd, he couldn't really generate a run, which I was hoping they wouldn't catch up. They caught up a little bit at the end, but we were able to pull away a little bit at the end. But it was like the first real race I won. Last week I had a little bit of contact, which wasn't the way I wanted to win. But it's good to get some good racing, and I appreciate everyone who puts these races together for doing this.
Absolutely. So in the beginning of the run, you were out front and you had a good position where you started. You held off everybody after having the fastest lap to start the race, but you were on the outside lane. You had no help. What did that feel like when you had nobody right behind you and you fell all the way back?
Yeah, Bucks made a good move on me. He took the lead early, and we just fell back to like 10th or whatever and worked our way back up. And we were able to get back up to the lead, and we were able to hold it.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations to the win, and you have nothing to worry about last week. It was a racing incident, and you had held everybody off that entire race. So a lot of momentum moving into the next race, which unfortunately I will not be there for. I will be out of town, but good luck in Iowa next week.
All right. Well, I want to talk to a driver here, Jeff. I want to talk to is Chris Estrie here. Chris, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Now, we were watching you there. We saw you were trying to get to the in the last few laps there. We saw that you were not really grabbing the draft there. You were kind of going to the outside line. Can you tell us what was going on there?
I was hoping who 67 was in front of me. I was hoping he'd go to the outside because that's how I got up there. And I kind of wanted to play it safe in case anything happened like last week. So I wasn't too aggressive.
I got you. So you were thinking that the leaders might be getting into each other, so you wanted to try and do some early wreck avoidance. You were just kind of sitting back.
Yeah, just playing it safe.
That makes more sense. Yeah, we were wondering. We're like, he's not getting to the back bumper there, and unfortunately, I think Joel Brown really needed you to, and the 2 cars in front, so they can make a move on the leaders. But yeah, it was Las Vegas, baby. You're taking a gamble. I like it. I like to see different strategies out there. The other driver I want to talk to is my man getting a 6th place finish. Is that your best finish, Zach?
That is, and I want to thank the team here, PPG Paints 24 car. Think we did a pretty good job considering we had 2 or 3 wrecks that I honestly don't know how I got through, but we got through them. And we had a little bit of damage from, I think, one of them or one of the restarts, but we were able to get it fixed, get back out there, fight, go in whatever line that I could follow, and get a 6th. And I was proud of that, from 20th to 6th. And it was fun.
Good finish there. Now, Boggs, we saw that you were drafted on Zach there. You guys were working that outside line, and then Zach did a little move to the inside and kind of left you out there to fight amongst the wolves. What were you a little upset there about Zach just leaving you high and dry?
Yeah, I mean, he was supposed to help me, and he just straight up left me behind, totally on purpose. 100% told me in the moment that it was on purpose, and that he hopes that I get last place. So big beef. Next time I see that 24 car and we have a super speedway, I am hanging them out to dry as much as possible.
That is what we want to hear. He's gonna be out for blood. Look out, Zach. But that's thanks, guys. Back to you, Jeff.
All right, I want to catch up with Alexander Reno. Started 33rd tonight. You end up P8, a top 10, a hard fight, avoiding some crashes. What was your night like?
Mainly just, I guess, staying in the draft there and missing some wrecks by mere inches. Some of those wrecks, I have no idea how I actually avoided them. And then it's just there at the end, and I gave 86 to push to the in there, and just was able to, climb back up there as the race went on.
Well, congratulations on the top 10. That was great driving by you. I want to catch back up to Nick Sargent. Sargent, I know you started P5 and you had a little bit of a back and forth, and you had some close calls there. How did your night go?
It was pretty clean all around. I had that good qualifying spot, and I was excited about that because I knew track position was going to be pretty key. And just kind of managed to hang around the top 10 most of the race, and I was really hoping to get that top 5, so I was glad to be able to get that. And I want to say thanks to my friend Judd, who was spotting for me. So thank you to him. And yeah, it was a good race.
Well, a nice top 5 for Sargent right there. I want to catch up to one more driver of the night, and that is none other than the 80 of Brandon Osborne. You couldn't make last race, but you made it here tonight. You started kind of back there, and you made your way up front, and you end up P2. I know it's not what you wanted, and you need some help from Fodderero there, but let us know how your race went.
I think the race went pretty good in the Big Beef Steakhouse machine. We got a little tension between the 81 car now, I guess. They didn't like something on our paint, so that's all right. We'll look out for them the next race. They just couldn't keep up with this flaming hot black and orange car tonight. Yeah, I called the finish as soon as we got going off that last restart. I knew it was going to just be choo-choo, everyone hold your position. I wasn't expecting Matt and I to get out so far from the pack, but it was fun trying to save the tires and keep up with it. And I was trying hard to get a little bumper on him. I didn't want to, dump him off the track, but man, I couldn't even get a bumper to him. So amazing job by him. Amazing job to everyone else. And yeah, keep going forward here.
Fantastic. I want to say a big thanks to everybody for coming out here tonight and racing, and what an incredible show you put on, and great green flag racing we saw tonight. A huge change from last week. Ryan, I'll take it back to you. Have any further words?
Oh, I got big beef with you too, Osborne. You'll be hearing from my lawyers for using my likeness on your car, by the way. You're going to get a big old fat cease and desist for that one. But yeah, good race, everybody. That was fun. Keep it up.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, real fast.
Go ahead.
Sermon. You there?
Oh, Dave.
Can we catch up to Dave? Dave, what happened there? You were in the outside lane trying to not run into anybody. How'd that go?
Yeah.
So tonight, there were some difficulties with the pit crew. Some other technical difficulties with the car. We were just trying to survive and finish. And I had a feeling that the lead cars were going to catch up on me. And next thing I knew, I was just in the pack with them. and I just did my best to stay out of the way and not cost anyone their race.
Spoken like a true Kyle Busch right there. P32 for Sermon. All right, that's going to do it for us, guys. We'll see you next time. All right, we're going to finish things out here tonight, guys. What an incredible race we saw on track tonight. Rucci gets it done here tonight at Vegas. Not bad at all. Waiting for Ryan to call back in so I can grab him if we can, so we can end things off here without it. He's still in there talking. Here he comes. Hold on a second. We'll get him in just a second. Don't you worry. What an incredible race that was. Ryan, what a race, man. That was a good one. Green flag racing.
They actually got around the track in like more than 3 consecutive laps tonight. So big improvement from The Rock.
Absolutely. A big thanks to our sponsor tonight for the races, Thrustmaster and Next Level Racing and FRN, Flat Out Racing Network. That does it for us here tonight at Las Vegas, and we'll see you next week. I will not be here next week. We're going to throw it back over to Civ Ryan. Make sure you go to twitch.tv/Civ Ryan for next week broadcast. I'm sure it'll be non-scuffed, professional as always.
I'll get the overlay from you. I'll
send it back. I'll send it to you for sure.
Okay, sweet.
So you guys will be in good hands there. I'm going down to the islands in the Virgin Islands, actually, in St. Thomas for my wedding anniversary. And I will see you guys after that. So what is after this race? Well, glad you asked, because I'm trying to find out where I put that at. That'll be the schedule. There it is right there. It'll be after Iowa, so I will not be here on Iowa. I will join you back at a road course Sonoma Raceway. Should be a great race. A lot of drivers that are amazing drivers at road course will be out front, of course. And then we move on to the tricky triangle of Pocono, then Darlington, to try to relive those moments we saw last weekend in the real world. And then New Hampshire, Indianapolis, Watkins Glen, Martinsville, Atlanta, and what I chose whenever they asked me last season, for Phoenix to end everything out here. So that'll do it for me and for Mr. Shiv Ryan CR up in the booth. Thank you guys for coming out and watching. Ryan?
You changed the name?
I did, of course. Hey, CR.
All right, CR. Hey, thanks for coming out, everybody. We hope you had a rootin' tootin' good time out here doing some NASCAR turn left. That was a lot of fun. We'll see you next week at Iowa for the corn special or whatever.
Yeah, the corn special, whatever. We'll see you next time. Take care, y'all.